That's interesting. And then the other move that happened the day of the arbitration deal, sorry, was that back-to-back days. I think as Adam Jude with the Seattle Times said, they're transacting at the speed of light now. In back-to-back days, the Mariners added essentially, not to be mean again, but garbage heap relievers. And the day that this happened was Tyler J. Ooh, what a name. And then was it Hagen Danner was the other fella the day before.
You're
Um,
making names up, frankly.
Hagen Danner. Nope, that's the right guy. I thought I butchered that. Hagen Danner from the Blue Jays, and Tyler J, not Blue Jays, from the Brewers. Um, and someone got upset with me on our Instagram and was like, "Who is this? Like, why are they signing this guy?" I was like, "It's funny because Brittany and I in the last show had talked about the bullpen, right? And there was some obviously there's been the discussion about adding in the infield for the lineup, but I think as some places have looked for the Mariners to sign a bullpen guy.
Hmm.
And I was like, they'll probably just get another guy off the trash scrap and make him, a productive guy like
Yeah.
Colin Snyder, like Paul Sewald, who was available again this offseason. I figured they just do that.
I mean,
And
Jared keeps saying I can fix them, and he keeps being right when it comes to
yeah,
pitchers.
I mean he takes them and he gives them to Pete Woodworth and the other folks in their pitching lab and says, I just imagine whenever I say pitching lab, I just imagine like they take these guys and put them in a back to tank, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
somehow it brings out the pitching juices in
Uh-huh.
them.
Like
Um,
they're in hibernation and they're floating in the blue goo and they're like
mhm.
arm slot, spin rate. Ooh.
Throw my fastball more. Like I don't,
And
you know.
then they come out
So
of it and they can throw, 97 mile an hour sliders and everyone dies.
yeah, and it's just like who again, like I was saying this too. I was like, who the hell is this Colin Snyder fella? Like
Hmm.
this guy who, I could see in South Lake Union and not blink twice, you
Yeah.
know. So my question to you, dear sir, is if I had to put you on the spot here, and I'd say of the lesser known relievers, because I can't have you say, oh, Andres Munoz.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
of the not no name's kind of mean, but is what I wrote down. But the no name relievers on the Mariners roster currently, which of them makes the biggest impact for the 2025 team? And we can come back and look at this later, in the year, and whether that's by WAR or innings or whatever nerdy thing we pick out. But I mean, you look at this list here, right? And there's the guys that we know, but then there's Tyler J. Carlos Vargas hasn't made an impact with the Mariners yet.
Hmm.
Hagen Danner. I don't know if we can throw Cody Bolton in there, but I mean, he didn't really stick. I know he kind of bounced up and down. Um,
Yeah.
Austin Kitchen is on here. So I don't know. From that group, who do you think makes the biggest name out of the pen for Seattle this year?
Um, uh, what if, hear
Mm,
me out here.
okay.
What if Emerson Hancock becomes a reliever?
Wow. That's okay. That's not something I'd considered. I know that, obviously he's made some appearances for the Mariners as a starter when they've had guys lost to injury the
Hmm.
last two seasons.
We had Wu down earlier last year, yeah.
Yep. And Logan Evans, I think Brittany and I talked about this last week, but they toyed with the idea of Logan Evans in the bullpen. And then they said, screw it, you're a starter. Right now, he's your sixth starter, right?
Hmm.
And I've floated the idea throughout the offseason that if the Mariners do end up trading Luis Castillo for a package that's realistic and not whatever Orioles fans or Red Sox fans think they deserve.
Yeah.
Um, I was like, if you can't land Sasaki, which it doesn't seem like you've even gotten per division, Jude, you haven't gotten a meeting with the guy,
Don't get
even
me
though there is
started.
a mystery team.
Yeah.
Um,
There's always a mystery team, and it's always everybody's team. It's the Pirates,
it's
really.
the Seattle Kraken, actually. They're
Yeah. He's actually
um,
a really good point guard.
oh my God, Jesus Christ. I was like, well, I mean, Emerson's fine. Obviously, when you have the rotation that you've had, you hold the pitching to such a high standard. Emerson is more than fine, I think, to be a fifth rotation guy.
Hmm.
But anyway, yeah, that would be fascinating. I mean, he's 26. Um, I don't know. That's interesting. That is interesting. I mean, if there is a day I'll be at the ballpark, right? And I somehow get this news that they're gonna pull him out of the pen. I'm just texting Jake immediately. Son of a bitch. That's all. I swore in the show. There we go. That's all I'll say. That's
I
it.
did it. I got Charles to swear.
Um. Wow. Okay. Threw me for a loop there.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think his sinker out of the pen could actually be really good.
Interesting. Okay. All right. No, I mean it's not the craziest. I've heard worse hear me out. So we'll just say that.
Okay, there you
Um.
go.
Uh. We'll go to a different topic here.
Oh, hold
Maybe
on.
the
Who's your guy?
Mariners. Huh?
Who's your guy?
Oh,
Come on.
my
Who's your
guy?
impact bullpen?
Um,
You're just gonna pull one out of a hat. Look at him.
no, I'm looking at the list here. Just for the fun of the name, Austin Kitchen is gonna cook this year out of
There you
the
go.
bullpen. Um,
Imagine the promo deals they could do with
yeah,
Austin
see?
Kitchen.
See?
The
Well, and
meal
then
deals
the meal deals,
at concessions.
Jen
Come on.
Mueller can get him to go on I Cook You Measure. Um, I'm cooking here.
You're
See,
cooking. We need
hey,
this actually.
hey, my lunch is gonna be this Hostess cupcake, but we're cooking here. Uh,
Fantastic. I think
I
we all got
mean,
to get on the Austin Kitchen train just for the potential commercials. Now that the commercials are back.
hey, yeah, there you go. I mean, there's some other names here. I mean, yeah, there's some other fascinating names here, but I don't know. I wanted to say Hagen Danner just because just he would be the weird like again, if you took any knowledge of Paul Sewald out of your brain, like that's a fascinating name in its own right, right?
Yeah.
So, I would have gone with that, but no, it's like let's go with something interesting and go with Austin Kitchen here. And he's also a guy that I've largely not heard anything about. So of course he would be the one to be productive, right?
Hey, Charles.
Hey, Jen.
Hey, how about those Zaps?
Oh, I'm excited.
I know. Where are you going to watch all those away games, though?
Away games. Huh. I was thinking of coming here since, after all, Rough and Tumble is the home of Circling Seattle Sports.
I love that idea. Hope to see y'all here.